Hi everyone, and welcome to this Amazon Product Manager mock interview. Today we're covering a strategy question, and with me is a former Amazon Product Manager. It is Tauseef. How are you doing?
Hey, thank you, Tom. I'm doing great, and thank you for having me here. And love to be here to talk about product management. Yes.
No, yeah, thank you for participating. You are my candidate today.
hmm
But before we get started, do you just want to tell people a little bit about your background as a product manager?
Sure, Tom. So overall, I have like 14 plus years experience in supply chain, and I have worked in Amazon as a product manager and in supply chain fulfillment, which basically enabling technologies to solve the supply chain delivery problems. And then I also worked in T-Mobile and Nordstrom to improve their supply chain through technology as a product manager.
Great. Well, yeah, you shouldn't have any problem with the interview today. You've obviously you're a coach on our platform, and you've helped a lot of candidates get successful
Thank you.
offers
Thank you.
at Amazon. So,
Thank you.
so yeah, if you're ready to get started, let's crack on with the question.
Yes.
Cool. The question I'd like to ask you today is, what's the biggest opportunity for Amazon right now?
The biggest opportunity for Amazon right now is, Amazon is so big and is growing every day, and its mission is everything for everywhere for everyone. Like it's anything in this earth which is considered as a business is under Amazon's scope. So we need to, for the sake of the interview here, I think we need to filter it and scope it so that we can have an objective discussion. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, that sounds good. I mean, what do you want to lay out some possible
Sure.
routes that you'd like to investigate, and I'll let you know if they work.
Sure, sure. In my mind, it comes about three possible biggest opportunities. Number one is definitely Amazon is growing by getting into new businesses, new industries. So new industries is one space where Amazon is growing, and biggest opportunities lies there. The second one is that the Amazon has its existing businesses and how to grow organically and go around the maximum reach in the world, with maximum customers joining Amazon. That's the number two. The number three, which is basically from my background in supply chain, is Amazon is known for delivery. It started with as a fulfillment. It's growing is infrastructure in the delivery services, and I think that's the number three is the biggest opportunity lies there also.
Strategy questions tend to be very ambiguous and open-ended. So first of all, you need to define the question scope. Tauseef had done his research, so he was able to list three big areas of opportunity for Amazon. He got the interviewer's buy-in before selecting one to explore further. Okay. Well, yeah, why don't you go ahead and explore number three, delivery.
Okay, so Tom, in terms of the delivery space, because I worked in Amazon in the fulfillment center business, in product management and last mile also, and also in the fulfillment center business part of that. So what I can definitely recommend here is, first let's look into the delivery process. Before we jump into a solution, I would love to take a step back and say, here is what Amazon does when you go to a website and click and order an item, and you receive an item. So if we know the process, the major steps in the process, not everything, just for the sake of time, then we can look into the opportunities lies in those processes, process steps. So if you allow me, I can take a little bit time and elaborate on that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay,
Let's
thank
do
you,
it.
thank you, thank you. So from the supply chain fulfillment perspective, what happens when you order an item in the Amazon website? The order get dropped into one of the fulfillment center, and then that fulfillment center has an item. Assuming it has an item, then item got packed. Assuming you are ordering any small item, because Amazon considers is all these items into three categories. The sortable, small and large sortables, and then the non-sortables. So if you are ordering, for example, let's say if you're ordering a an i in this one plug iPods, if you're ordering that, it's considered as a small sortable. It's easy to take. If you're ordering a book, for example, it's easy to sort. It's considered as a small sortable, anything less than 25 pounds, and within the 6 by 12 inches boxes. So then the second one is large sortable, which is a big size, from 25 pound to 60 pounds. And then the third one is non-sortable, like furnitures, greater than 70 pounds, and their shape does not go into the sorting business. Yeah, sorting in the warehouse. So these are the three main item categories. They are sitting in the fulfillment centers. Amazon, when I was there, is more than 150 fulfillment centers in the US, and now it is growing every day. So the question now is that when you ordered it, assuming you have ordered something, a small sortable, which is something like a parcel item less than 25 pounds, and then it is there, assuming it is there, now it is got picked up and it is got packed. So everything is going inside the fulfillment center for picking and packing, and then from there it is going to a nearest sortation center, because it is based on the zip codes. This center is going to divide all that what it has received from the fulfillment center. So because fulfillment centers say everything going towards, let's say, New York is this side here, all these zip codes. Yeah, and then those sortation centers which are nearest to the customer, they will get those zip codes, and they're going to separate them, sort it, and then they're going to put it in the right vans. And then it can be Amazon vans, it can be it can be USPS, it can be FedEx, UPS, all these different types of shipments from there, and then it goes to the customer. Yeah, so that is the overall. You see that. In another way of defining it is that, it's an inbound, and it's a middle mile, and it's a last mile. You know,
Yeah.
so it's an inbound where items are coming to the fulfillment centers, is a middle mile where items are moving from fulfillment centers to the sortation centers or the delivery stations. That is the middle mile. And the last mile is from the sortation center or the delivery stations to the customer. Yeah. So this is how we define the overall delivery process. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, having explained the delivery process, we can look into each steps and say, hey, what are the possible opportunities available in those steps? How about that, Tom?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Is going good?
Yeah.
Okay. So now if I see that, if I'm considering the whole inbound, which is the fulfillment centers, and all, as you know that Amazon gets all these products mostly from Asia, China, India, many countries, yeah, and local also. And Amazon has two types of business, which is in the fulfillment space. One is FBM, and second is FBA. FBM is fulfillment by merchant, and FBA is fulfillment by Amazon. Yeah. So if you see these two, like what we are talking now, and the process I explained to you is FBA is fulfilled by Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one is FBM, fulfilled by merchant. For example, if you order something and that item, a seller wants to ship it from his warehouse, and don't want to use Amazon's delivery service, then the seller will hold that item in his warehouse. Your order will get dropped to the seller's warehouse, and the seller will make
Yeah.
sure that the item got shipped to you through FedEx, UPS, whatever the seller likes. Currently, the scope what I am defining here is FBA. Amazon is fulfilling it. Yeah. So the three major steps is the inbound. Now here we are seeing the opportunity is we need to get the fulfillment centers. Carry the item what you need. Yeah.
Yeah.
If the item is not there, and the order got dropped in that warehouse nearest to your location, and item is not there, then order has to transfer to another fulfillment center, and an
Yeah.
extra cost going on in terms of that. So what I would consider possible opportunities, Tom, in the first step, which is the inbound fulfillment, is making sure that we have the right product at the right place, at the right location, yeah,
Uh-huh.
at the right time, yeah.
Yeah.
And now to explore the opportunity there, definitely data analytics, predictive modeling, all these advanced machine learning, AI, all these things are there now. I'm not sharing the old traditional methods, but I'm giving you the most advanced one available to explore that question of right item, right place at right time. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where I see an opportunity. You like it? Shall we continue to the next step?
Yeah, yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so
Okay.
you'd use kind of data analytics and machine learning to
Yeah, to
as
make
your
sure they get the right product in the right place. So if you're
yeah,
ordering 5 items, and machine learning will say these 5 items should be in this fulfillment center near to Tom,
yeah,
because Tom likes to order these items. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Agree.
Okay,
So
that
that's
sounds
a
good.
space we explore that. Of course, I'm as a product manager, Tom, whenever I explore solutions, it is technology enablement. As a product manager, I'm solving business problem through technology.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's the difference between product manager and a process manager. Process manager solves problems, business problems, through process improvement. Yeah. And
yeah,
as a product manager, I look into the technology, what technology is available to solve this problem, and whether I want to have this technology, buy from the vendor, or build this platform inside Amazon. Yes. And Amazon is known for building its own technologies in own platforms. Yeah. So the step two in this process told you is once we got the inbound, now it is the middle mile side. Yeah. From the fulfillment center to the sortation center or delivery stations, that is known as the middle mile. Yeah. In the middle mile, Tom, the biggest opportunity here is because the nodes are connected through air transport or through trucks. Yeah.
yeah,
Like that is where it's all connected. Yeah. So now the question here is that we need to invest in the infrastructure. We need to buy cargo planes, to connect this. We need to have our own trucks, or we need to have a 3PL, third party, companies who can give us this. And here is the question now about, first is the question about infrastructure. How strong is your infrastructure to move these items faster? And second question is that how efficient is your system? Now, if my truck is going from node 1 to node 2, how filled that truck is.
sure.
Now it is question of, again, the technology serves the to solve this problem in terms of optimization. Like all these fleets are moving around, all these air shipments going around between these two nodes. And what, as a product manager, I'm thinking, uh, how less resources can solve most problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that is the
Yep.
question. Otherwise, if somebody says, hey, I can solve this problem using $1 billion, and somebody says, another product manager says, I can solve exactly same with the exactly same output of the orders delivered per day or on time, in let's say $500 million. Like, who is a better product manager?
Sure.
So somebody who is solving a business problem with less resources. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
using the latest technology. Yes.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Tom.
I think that's an important point because obviously, frugality is one of the leadership
Frugality.
principles as well in
Exactly.
Amazon. So, yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the number two. And the last one, the third step in this whole process, first is the inbound, second is the middle mile, and the third one is the last mile, from either from the sortation center to the customer through USPS and Amazon, or through the delivery station. That is the last mile we consider. And amazingly, Tom, more than 50% of the cost overall is from the last mile.
okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. If Amazon is spending $5 to send you this item you ordered, then out of the $5, $2.5 is spent in the last mile.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what
So
kind
that
of what
solutions.
solutions do you see for the
Yeah.
last mile?
Exactly. So that is where I see the solutions where I would like to explore more in this space, for this conversation we are having, is Amazon last mile. Currently, who is delivering it? First of all, what are the current process and resources available for Amazon. So definitely, Amazon likes to use USPS. So they have a very strong partnership with USPS. I think USPS charges like flat $2, for the parcel. And USPS has the biggest reach. They have to cover all the zip codes. So I think that's a very good partnership going on there. And wherever Amazon cannot have their own vans, or it's expensive for Amazon to manage their own resources, it's good for Amazon to give it to the USPS. That's the one thing. Let's look into some of the solutions Amazon is exploring. They started a DSP program, which is the delivery service provider program. If you have a $10,000, you invest in Amazon, and then you can build your team, and then you hire your drivers, like 5 or 6 drivers or 10 drivers. Amazon will give you the van, Amazon will give you the technology and everything, and Amazon will give you the demand also, the load. Yeah. As Amazon will give you all that, and your job is to manage a team, of the
Yeah.
last mile drivers. So that is a good program. I want to talk a little bit more about that program. Is that, it's a good program, but now the problem is, as a DSP, if I am a DSP, my problem is how to find more drivers, at a less rate, so that I can make money. So there I see that this solution is good, but it has a constraint around the number of drivers available to join this program. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how much cost effective it is from the hourly rate to the shipment cost. Yeah.
Sure.
So that has the second one I see that Amazon is exploring, is drones. So they can have drones which can come and drop it at the perfect time, and when you are there, or in your house. So that is also good, but that solution is not scalable. You cannot take it to everybody, because we have high-rise buildings, we have condominiums, we have many other things. Not everybody lives in the nice house. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that also has a constraint there. The third solution I see is that Amazon has done, is it has its own boxes where they can come and keep it there. Yeah. And those storage
Yeah.
boxes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have that in front of the nearest shopping mall. They have those ones, and I've seen that in front of the buildings also. Where I was living in US, in Seattle, I see that we have that, and we don't have to. We just go and open our box and take it. It is Amazon boxes. Yeah. So that's another good solution. So the drivers save a lot of time. Instead of knocking all the doors or putting in those, it can go and open that. So that's the third solution I see. Another one I was reading, exploring about that. Amazon is looking into a Scout. They started in US, which is a robot, which will be a ground robot, which will go and and drop it in your home or your place and come out. Yeah. So it is all programmed. So they're using it currently, a pilot program in one place going on. So that is another one going on in the solution. So I see that Amazon is exploring all that thing. Of possibilities of reducing the last mile delivery cost, as number one. And number two, I see that to get the same day delivery, which is or the prime is next day delivery. So those are the things, because if Amazon has already entered into the food business, you saw the Amazon acquired Whole Foods. Yeah. And Amazon, before acquiring Whole Foods, was already in Amazon Fresh, in the vegetables and food. So for that, you need to have a same day. You cannot go with the next day or 2 days. You see that? So you need to deliver it within 2-3 hours. And Amazon last mile delivery is very important for Amazon to reduce the cost and get the same day as much as possible.
Tauseef went into some really good detail about the delivery steps and found some important pain points that he then offered solutions for. His deep knowledge of the Amazon supply chain enabled him to give superb detail. Now, you won't be expected to have this level of knowledge, but doing your research will pay off. To enhance his answer further, He could have mentioned metrics during this section, for instance, average daily orders or average costs. Including numbers, even when they're estimates, is always a good idea.
So if you want, I can put prioritize my solution and say what can be good, Tom, what I think is possible or is good for this solution.
Yeah, that would be great if you could. Yeah,
Yeah, so
let me
I
know. Let
explored
me
few
know
of
which
those
solutions.
options. Yeah, I
Yeah,
explored few of the options currently going on, and I think that, so one, definitely I see that, because we have going back to the constraint is the drivers. Yeah, so if Amazon gives this technology to the people, the home, who are working from home, or who can work one day per week in the weekend, so to get more drivers who are not so-called professional full-time drivers, but they can utilize their car and their time, to as less as half a day, and if you give them the technology and the options to connect to the network, then you can definitely increase the driver forces. Yeah, uh, because not many are available to do this job full time because of the salary I just said. Yeah, but definitely there are many people who want to have an extra income. Yeah,
like an Uber driver, for
like an
example.
Uber driver, yes. So if you can give that technology and all, and then they can do that. So I think that is another one. Amazon has a program. I know Amazon Flex is like an Uber model. So they have this program, but instead of how flexible you can make this program so that anybody can join for one day a week, one day a month, or half a day. How flexible, because of that I just said. Yeah, the constraint about an extra income versus a full income. Yeah. uh,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
that's one thing. The second thing I see in the technology side is that when Amazon comes and the drops at your door, the products what you ordered, um, I would say that, that storage rooms, or that option, Amazon should start making those storage rooms, like in terms of those boxes, and you manage it through the app, and you go and I think that is a very good one I was using. So you need to install more of those storage boxes so that the driver comes for the delivery does not go door to door. It goes to that place, put all the stuff there, lock it, and leaves it. The driver will save a lot of time instead of going door to door. And the technology Amazon already has. Only thing Amazon has to do is find those places where they can install those storage boxes, and then assign it to the regular prime customers or whoever are ordering, let's say more than $100 or $50. You assign the box to them, and then let those premium customers uh, get the best service by having their dedicated boxes for them. Yeah. So I think those are the options available. Definitely a drone and the ground robot are good options, but I think it is still a time for technology to get to that level.
Once you've got some solutions, you'll want to prioritize them so that you can focus on the ones you think are strongest. You should use a prioritization framework so that the interviewer can understand your logic. Tauseef didn't do this, and so it wasn't 100% clear why he picked the solutions he did. Okay. Yeah, interesting. And have you? I wanted to maybe listen to you explore like what the competitors are doing. Have you considered the competitors when you're exploring these opportunities?
Yes. So the main competitors I see is UPS, FedEx. They are the main. I would not consider USPS because that's from the government, and that's as I said, the price is quite less. The main ones are UPS, FedEx, and what competitors are also doing is the is the volume is the main driver. Whoever has more volume will have less cost, because if the truck is going half full or truck is going 100% full, The truck which is going 100% full is less expensive than the truck which is going half full. Yeah.
Sure.
So
Sure.
so now UPS, FedEx, Amazon, they're all trying to fill the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they have created the infrastructure. They want more volume. So to get more volume, I see that they're also trying to get the volume. All the companies who are competing with Amazon, they go with FedEx, UPS. Yeah, in this business, the e-commerce business, like Target and other companies, Walmart. They all are exploring these competitors. Yeah, instead of they're building their own, but is for them it is going to take a lot of time, so they will build. So Amazon is trying to build its own supply chain, and I see that these companies are going with those e-commerce which are competing with Amazon. So for Amazon, looking at what competitors are doing, they are going with these e-commerce competitors of Amazon to get the volume. And now, how Amazon will get the volume is the question for Amazon. So I see that there are still many merchants who can join Amazon under the FBM program. If Amazon gives them more access to their technology and training, and most of them don't understand how it will work. So I think if that program is explored by all the merchants, small businesses, then you can get more volume, because as you see, UPS and FedEx have their UPS and FedEx store. They have a franchisee model. you know
Yeah.
but Amazon does not have a franchising model. So maybe another option for Amazon is to open those Amazon stores who are dedicated to receive the items from the local community, and then put it under the network. Yeah. So I think those are the ones we have to learn from the competitors. What is the current infrastructure, how they are utilizing the stores, and second, how they are increasing their volume, and how Amazon can increase the volume to be cost effective.
Okay. Excellent. Um, let's just go back to those solutions that you were
Yes.
focusing on, that you highlighted. I think you said you wanted to focus on the delivery boxes kind of idea, and also kind of getting more flexible drivers,
Drivers. Yeah.
increasing the volume of drivers. So like,
Yes.
who would you internally in Amazon, like as a product manager, who would you go and look to collaborate with to start getting that done?
Yeah, so definitely, Tom. As I said, these two are managed by two different divisions in Amazon, because I worked in Amazon, so I know the business, how the business is set up. So the storage boxes program is run by a separate business there. So definitely I'm going to talk to the product manager of that side, and see what are the programs he is running, and his pipeline and his roadmap. Because we need to, as a product manager, when I do my roadmap, based on the strategy we just talk, and then I have to go and collaborate with the other product managers, and look into their roadmap, based on their strategy, which I don't know. And then he will say, hey, I see you're exploring our side, for a win-win, but currently I am busy doing these things. Yeah. Or this, what you are sharing with me, we thought about it, but it is our next year's program. So I need to definitely sit with the product manager, both in the drivers program side, and in the storage program side, and explore what is their strategy, and what is their roadmap, and how my strategy and roadmap fits with them, and that's how it's known as collaboration. Because ultimately what will happen is that when Amazon leaders sit together to fund the program, they will look into these synergies. They will not look into in isolation, what Tauseef is suggesting or this guy is suggesting. They will say how all these puzzles put together add bigger value than individual values. Yeah. And that's why, as a product manager, it's very important to be crystal clear on your strategy, and how a strategy is supporting Amazon's vision. And then second step, what you just asked me, is to go and collaborate with your peer product managers, your colleagues in different departments, in different businesses, who will share their roadmap and strategy, and we get to know that how it all fits together and how the bigger business value, customer value, and with the technology investment, all the three drivers: business value, how to get the maximum business value, how to get the maximum customer value, and also what technology we are going to enable, and what is the investment and the tech resources required. All these three are important when we collaborate with the other product managers.
For a product manager at Amazon, collaboration and cross-functionality are extremely important, so be ready to be asked about this. The interviewer wants to see that you put collaboration at the center of how you work. It's not a task, it's not just scheduling a meeting. Collaboration means nurturing your internal network by attending seminars, workshops, and constantly building relationships with your colleagues. Okay, excellent. Could you also tell me how you think, obviously, at Amazon, customer obsession is a key value. Could you tell me like how these solutions would increase customer satisfaction?
Exactly. As I said, as you just mentioned, that customer obsession is one of our leadership principle. And whenever we think about Amazon solution, is thinking customer first, like what customer will think when customer will hear about this, so that's as you asked. So going back to the solution, definitely, the objective of this solution is to improve the delivery, so that more of the same day delivery happens in the last mile. So the number of products currently delivered under the same day delivery program is, let's say, 20,000 SKUs. Now can we increase from 20,000 to 100,000 SKUs, so that our customer can get more product same day? Yeah. So that is a customer obsession. And the second one is, of course, our customer cannot pay more, in the shipment cost. So how can we make it cost effective by getting more drivers under the flexible program? So that we don't have to increase the hourly rate of our regular drivers. So how can we compensate that? So to cover to manage the overall cost, what customer is paying for the last mile delivery.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent. Is there anything else that you wanted to explore in this answer, or are you ready to kind of conclude?
I would conclude, Tom. Here is that, as you said, the biggest opportunity, Amazon. We have. I shared that it can be an existing business, or acquiring new industries, new businesses, going into new industries, and the third one is the delivery, Amazon delivery. And under the delivery, I mentioned the three main steps: inbound, middle mile, and last mile. We discussed about possible solutions on all those three. And then, because most of the cost is in 50% or more is in the last mile, and definitely there's opportunity for here to explore. And based on that, I think flexible driver program, and then getting more of the storage boxes near the customer will definitely help. And I feel like that can be our biggest opportunity for Amazon currently in the delivery space.
Taking a minute to briefly summarize your answer tells the interview you finished and shows good communication skills. As Tauseef does here, focus on the technology involved. Unlike, say, process managers whose solutions are all about changing the process, product managers should find technological solutions. In this case, that means building a platform or creating a storage box. In your conclusion, you could also give an estimate of the kind of improvement your solution might bring. Tauseef, for instance, could have estimated that using storage boxes would reduce driver hours by 20%, for example. Excellent. Well, Tauseef, I think that's the end of the interview. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Obviously, you did a great job, and yeah, it's
Thank
been really fun doing it with you. I hope you've enjoyed
Same
it.
here. Same here. I love the conversation because interview for me is a conversation,
Yeah.
and exploring the thoughts and understanding each other. And I think hope you enjoyed the way I was explaining.
Yeah, it was fascinating. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Hello, I really hope you found that useful. If you did, you can like and subscribe, and why not come visit us at igotanoffer.com. There you can find more videos, useful frameworks and question guides, all completely free. And you can also book expert feedback one-to-one with our coaches from Google, Meta, Amazon, etc. Thank you, and good luck with your interview.